Mewing. If you've been in the self-improvement space for any period of time, you've almost certainly come across this term, right? You've heard that it can change the shape of your jawline and make you look better, but you haven't quite understood what mewing is, whether it works, and how to actually do it. So I'm going to give you a mini guide on how to do it. Okay, so basically, all mewing is you're resting your tongue at the roof of your mouth, right? And what this does is that in the age we live in these days, where you're just scrolling on your phone and you're just being lazy all around, we just look for the path of least resistance, right? So what happens is when you're on your phone, you're like mouth breathing, right? You're just like this, you're like a zombie, and you're like, and what that does is that your tongue isn't resting on the roof of your mouth, and you might think that's not going to do much, but what happens is that your jawline muscles aren't working. They aren't working at all. And you couple that with the type of food we have these days. We eat like very processed food, very soft food, so our jawline just isn't working. So what that does is it actually changes like your jawline. Just think about it as like any other muscle, right? You're not hitting the gym, you're not growing any muscle, so you have like a skinny or a skinny fat kind of frame because you're not working the muscle. Your jawline literally works the same. It's a muscle. It's just like any other muscle. So what mewing does is it's reversing that. You're basically hitting the gym again, but you're doing it with your jawline muscle. And I know when you first do it, it's gonna feel quite uncomfortable because you're not used to it, but it's just something you get used to. And this ties in also with just how you breathe as well, because mewing has a significant effect on how you breathe. Like when you're mouth breathing, it's just not good for you. Not only is it bad for your jawline, but just like, I don't know like the actual science, but I know it's like it's bad for your health, and it leads to like snoring and something called sleep apnea, where when you're sleeping, like you're snoring, and because you're not used to breathe, you're not supposed to be breathing through your mouth all the time. Your mouth is just like it's a backup for when you aren't getting enough air from your nostrils, so you have to breathe through your mouth. But you're not supposed to be doing that all the time, so it's just bad for your health in general. So you want to practice just breathing through your nose all the time, and that means you're gonna have to close your mouth you're gonna have to close your mouth to breathe through your nose. But also, now you want to rest your tongue on the roof of your mouth, okay? And basically all you're doing is, like, because you're in that resting position the whole time, your jawline muscles just getting worked over time. You won't notice it. It's literally just like hitting the gym. You're not going to notice it there and then. It's going to be like over a long period of time. Like, do it for like a year, okay? And it's, again, literally just like the gym. You're not going to do it for the year and then stop. What you want to do is you want to like consciously do it for like a couple of weeks until it just becomes natural. And then you just notice over a long period of time, your jawline just accentuates and you just look better, okay? So, how to mew. Basically, what I want you to do is, when you swallow, you just swallow your spit, right? And whatever position your tongue is at the end of that, and I completely ripped this off from Hamza, by the way, he's the one who just explained it like really well. Whatever position your tongue is at the end of like swallowing your spit, you keep your tongue there, right? So it ends up like resting on the roof of your mouth, and you just want to keep it like that, and that's how you just be the whole time, okay? And I don't clench your jawline, because I've seen like a lot of like people who've spoken about how they did that, and it actually messed up like the way they chew. It messed up like there's like one of your jawline muscles here, there's like tendons and stuff, and it just messes that up because you're not supposed to be clenching all the time. It's just bad for you. Your teeth start grinding against each other, and you start losing like the enamel on your teeth, which is basically like the protective layer. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just rest it there. Don't clench your teeth or anything like that. Just your tongue. Your tongue is the most important thing. I want you to do that. And again, like, it works. Like it actually works. Like, just do it. There's plenty of videos you can find online, but it genuinely works. It changes like your jawline and everything. And just for you to know like how important your jawline is, you always hear about it, but I don't think people will like understand just how important it is, right? I was watching a black pill video, and I know like we're not really like into black pill because, you know, it's it's kind of stupid, right? Because it's like you're just complaining about your problems but you're not doing anything about it. But it's still useful in terms of just understanding like certain things that affect your attractiveness and stuff. So I was watching a video, and one of the most important thing you can have is your jawline. There's been like surveys done of like what women like prefer, whatever, and like they said, they made this joke. It was like, I think the survey had a thing where it was like 88% of women said they prefer guys with like a really good jawline, And what they said, they made a joke. They were like 88% like women, 88% of women like guys with a jawline, and the other 12% were lying. Like that's just it's important to have a good jawline because it rounds out your face, it makes you look more masculine, and just in general, it just looks good. It's like the number one thing you can do to like change your attractiveness. On top of like even like having a good body, it's fantastic and everything. But even like you're wearing clothes most of the time, right? You're gonna see your face a lot of the time, and just having a low body fat percentage, which is another thing that's gonna like those are the two main things that will affect your jawline. It's mewing and having a low body fat percentage. If you have a lot of fat, you're not gonna be able to see your jawline. But if you lose it and then you start like and you're mewing, you're gonna have a really nice accentuated jawline, and it's just gonna like change your attractiveness. It's gonna put you up like a point or two. Okay, if you're like rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, that's how important it is. It is one of the most important things you can do. So yeah, that's basically mewing for you guys. That's how you can get like a better jawline. And for those of you that wanted like a more comprehensive understanding of mewing, I hope that helped. And make sure you subscribe. I upload every Monday. I try to upload every Monday. I upload every week. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.